right. Welcome to my first pre-recorded commentary. This is an idea that was brought up and suggested, and I've decided to go ahead and do it based on the recommendations in the poll that I took. And the first movie we're going to be doing is Ernest Saves Christmas. It's a classic I grew up with my family, and it's a legendary film, and who can go wrong with Ernest Saves Christmas? So let's go ahead and get comfortable. And I'm at Touchstone Pictures right now, if you guys want to get to that point with me. And then in about right at 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and hit play. I am actually at 8 seconds into the movie. So if you guys want to listen to the commentary, we can go from there. At approximately 2 minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and hit play, which is 8 seconds on the screen. Give you guys a little bit of time to catch up. This is one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. I just absolutely love Ernest. Okay. Ready to rock and roll. I always love the intro to this movie. The Coca-Cola Santas. I remember my grandparents used to give me a Coke, like a 6-pack of Coke, like little mini Christmas bottles, every year for Christmas. Screenplay. Doug Claiborne. Really nice art here. I'm pretty sure this is some of the art off the old, directed by John Cherry. He directs all of the films, the Ernest films. Alright, we have Santa landing at the airport now. Orlando, Florida, December 23rd. I always liked this guy as Santa. He was pretty cool. Of course, all the kids are radiating to him. All this guy wanted for Christmas was some snow. Thank you all for joining me on this pre-recorded commentary. If you're just now jumping in, you can always rewind to the beginning. Like I said, this is just experimental, just to see if we get any feedback on this, because like I said, I'm just trying to build my watch hours here. Why not start with, oh, there's the big red bag. I forgot about that part. Big red bag. Here we go. The appearance of Ernest. Look at the card number. It's card number 69. Is that not hysterical? Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Ernest is singing. Singing balls. Here we come. He's going to do the thrill driver. Woo! I miss that guy. I heard Jim Varney in real life was like really, really smart. Like ridiculously smart. You know, if he just stopped cigarette smoking. And then I was reading up on his bio, and I guess he would smoke like a carton a day. Which sucks. I feel bad that we don't have him anymore, but cigarettes were just as popular then as they are now, if not more. This part cracks me up too. The guy tells him, "Hey, I'm Santa Claus." He looks around and says, "Oh, you know what? Why not?" It's really, really well shot. The comedy is good on this film. I remember my grandparents liking all of the Ernest films and approving of all of them, but Scared Stupid, which is my favorite. They didn't like the spooky aspect of it. Number 69. Just destroying this stuff. I remember distinctly hearing the aftershave bottles rolling across the cement. And as a kid wondering, what the hell is that? What's rolling? Is that going to go out into a car? Then I thought, is this guy like a dummy? Like, is he like a mannequin? Because he's so still. Ernest just trying to make a buck in the world. He just wants snow for Christmas. That's all he wants. I guess in Orlando, snow is maybe a rare thing. I don't know. But apparently that guy is from Canada, so he's not used to it. Not having it in Orlando. Here we go. There's Bobby and the boy. There's the reindeer hanging out inside of the box. Remember, hold for Helper Elms. Again, thank you everybody that is following along. I'm about 10 minutes into the movie. If you were to catch up to me, I am at the part where The reindeer have just arrived off the plane. And Ernest is driving the number 69 taxi. Look at those glasses. No, I'm not going to really edit this too hard. I'm just going to upload the videos as they are. So if you need to go back and rewatch, or if there's maybe a little bit of a segment missed out, have to just rewatch it and just follow along. But it should be all up to snuff as far as the timing. You're about to see Ernest's dedication to the trees here, folks. Ernest loved all major holidays. I don't think they ever did a Thanksgiving Ernest film, though. Maybe it was on one of those compilation DVDs. Santa about to flip out. I don't know what it was. Did you guys ever have this urge to sleep under the Christmas tree when you were kids? I always wanted to sleep under the fucking Christmas tree. I don't know what it was. I just did. Here's the goofballs that are trying to determine. Hold for helper elms. They mix up the M with the V. V is M. V, M. Quaker, what the hell? Sponsored by Bic Pens. Bic Pens used to be really popular. I think they've kind of tapered a little bit. A lot of people are using the fine point pens now, or they're using gel pens. I think I've only seen the guy that plays Santa in one other film. I always felt bad because I was like, what's going to happen to him after he gives the other guy the idea to be Santa Claus? Is he just going to pass away, or what's he going to do? Now, this girl, it's interesting because I remember her in a couple different things. She was in the Joey Buttafuoco TV story, which I probably shouldn't have been watching at the age that I did watch it, but I did watch it. And I always thought she was hot as hell. But it was called the Long Island Lolita story, and it was on regular television. And I remember her just being so sexy in it. And she's cute in this movie, too. She just did a dine and dash because she doesn't have any money. And she just about got ran over by Ernest. The only thing I've ever felt like I've ever taken from a restaurant is an illegal extra refilling of Coke. One time I didn't have any change on me and I refilled my Coke. And I felt guilty about it. But then I thought to myself, you know how many times they've left out food that I've gotten? So therefore, I don't think they're going to be hurting if I get a refill on my Coke without paying for it, you know? But this, she's being a bad girl, Pamela. With Santa in the back seat, too. Now, this is the Orlando Children's Museum. Now, I don't know if this is a real museum or not. I didn't check. I'm sure that it is. I don't know if it's still there today. But this part's kind of sad, too. His money's been stolen, so he only has play money. Mr. Funtime play money. So he doesn't have any cash to give him. So Ernest says, you know what? I got this. We need more people like Ernest in the world, folks. I remember taking a cab many, many times, and that meter is instantly on, right when you get in the door. No BS aside, that meter just starts. I took a cab in Vegas, I took a cab in LA. Yeah, they were always cost way more than Uber. Now we have Santa arriving at the Children's Museum. And there is... I always thought she should have been Mrs. Claus, just on the outset. And I've seen her in a ton of films. I can't think of her damn name. Here we have Joe Carruthers, the future replacement, potentially, for Santa. Excuse me, folks. It's always cool because this kind of reminds me of back in the day when you would go to the library and they would have puppets. People would have like puppet shows and stuff. That would always be pretty dope. That's a pretty cool center. I don't suppose they have anything like that. They have something called COSI around here. Do you guys have a COSI where it's like a science museum? Or is it just an Ohio thing? We have Joe talking about the kindness. They never grow old, they always stay new. The 3 little words, please and thank you. The part always cracked me up when he threw the keys at the guy. My sister loved that part too. She died laughing during that part. All right. This guy's kind of a jerk. I deal with this kind all the time at my job, where they call in acting like they know it all. They act like your peon job doesn't exist to their $100,000 a year job. Let me tell you something, folks. Money is money, but you can't. You're not getting buried with it. It only goes so far. He calls him Santos. His name is Santos. He's just having a rough go at it, man. He loses his sack. Getting snubbed by Joe Carruthers. Ernest is about to get fired. Just all bad. On the 23rd of Christmas, or 23rd of December, almost time for Christmas, all this bad shit's happening. Actually, today's the 23rd of December as well. How wild is that? December 23rd, 2023. We're watching Ernest Saves Christmas. Dude, she's hot. And they just throw out the little tree. Oh, I remember that old woman from. She was in Home Alone. She was the one that gave up her seat with her husband at the airport. She got the pocket translator, the watch, the $500 gift card. His name is Santos. I feel like that guy should be chewing gum, like the agent should be chewing gum, like loudly. Is that weird? They've arrived home, and Vern's going to answer the door. But I don't believe we actually get a chance to see him, but he does make a physical appearance. Those keeping track, it is 4 o'clock in the morning right now here in my humble abode. I've not been able to sleep for some reasons on Friday nights. I just cannot sleep. Thursday nights, I struggle after the show. Saturday, I try to sleep, catch up. Now, this is one continuous shot here, which is really, really well done, actually. I'm sure they had to improvise all this, being all the tree carrying and stuff. Of course, the tree doesn't fit in the living room. They never do in movies. Party punch. Oh man, yeah. I remember this part. They're arresting Santos. His name is Santos. Oh, look at the depression. Ernest tearing the house up. Sure, they had to re-drywall all that after this one was done. Just over 5 foot Santa. It's so funny. Look at the fingerprints. So odd. Snowflakes for fingerprints. That is epic. Of course, they're filming a horror movie right now. Christmas Sleigh. That's not actually a Christmas movie that Joe thinks it is. It's actually a horror movie. Joe wasn't aware that there was cussing and all that stuff. Actually, I think that's the next film that they convince him to do. Damn, he's tore up the whole house. I mean, who wouldn't look in the sack? Come on, it's Santa's. I realize it's the real deal. Now they gotta get Santa out of the slammer. Oh yeah. It's always something with them too, whether they be fighting kids at the camps, reindeer, elves, trolls. These boys are always getting into something. That would be a cool place just to sit outside and chill at. Even at night, a long walk. Look at all those damn armbands she has. I guess that was a thing back in the late 80s or mid 80s. She says, now your notes, man. I always wondered when I was a kid, like, why aren't any of these wrapped? If they're in the bag, shouldn't they be wrapped? The magic of Santa, though. The magic of the Claus. Ernest is on a mission to save Christmas. Oh, that's pretty tight quarters. November 24th, 7 a.m. They've got to figure out a way to get Santa back out of jail. Kind of reminds me of a Pee Wee Playhouse type place. Look at that zebra print couch. Flapjacks. On the griddle. she's questioning everything that's happening. Look at the fish and the lava lamp. All 80s and 70s decor. As he's about to put his hands into the griddle. Explained to her how Santa gets down the chimney. I always laugh my ass off at that part too. The heat ducts. Look at all that butter, Jesus. Jesus. Of course, they're thinking about ways to make money off of it. Santa's got the whole jail cell singing Christmas carols on Christmas Eve. Her little poof haircut. He's always so serious when he drives the truck. Well, looks like we got Danzig and a thief. I would have to assume that real jails are really booked like this. You look at him. Look at Ernest, all professional. See, that's how I remember him when he was in Roseanne. And he wanted to propose to Jackie because he was the millionaire. She's just a flirt, man. It's just, I'm a male. I just take everything she's doing in this movie as flirtatious. It's just what it is. It's just how it is. All right. Twisting the hair, doing the neck movements. Jesus. Just a big flirt. Look at the leggings. little miscommunication here from Santa and the kids. Look at the tight quarters. Three hots in a cot. Never been to jail. I've stayed at one day. Never actually went into the facility. But man, if they were this tight of quarters, I'd be glad I would never have to go to one. Jim Varney is such a good actor. I don't care what anybody says. He's just such a good actor. Was such a good actor. Everybody's sunburnt or tan for being at Orlando. She's about to get checked from Santa. Checkmate. One for the Claus. I've always tried to explain to people the reason why I think Santa Claus is real. If you look at all the time zones in the world, I think it's possible that he can get to everybody's house. I really do. And to this day, I still think Santa Claus is real. Everybody's tried to tell me that he's not, and it's just not accurate. Santa is definitely real. This is a regular character that he plays in practically every film. His mother. Hysterical. So if you guys like this, I'll continue to do these. This is kind of the test pilot to see if people will actually watch these. Because like I said, I have a good time doing it. Sometimes I like to just do things solo, and doesn't hurt my watch hours as I'm trying to defeat YouTube and get my monetization back. Right now, YouTube is beating my butt, so I need to get my hours back. I'm putting out a ton of videos. I'm putting out a live stream once a week, and I just need something to supplement all that. Tons of shorts. Literally busting my balls to get back to monetization. This is a good conversation about life right here. I remember this touching me as a kid, realizing that you gotta go with what you got in life, You might not like your parents or what they do, but hey. About to start his big role in Christmas Sleigh, the horror film that he doesn't know is really as violent as it is, and there's cussing in it. This goes to show you can't trust your sack with any girl, right? Sorry, I had to. Now we're on the set of a movie. This is pretty damn convincing. True story, my grandfather who passed away is actually from Hazard, Kentucky. And he sounds a lot like this guy. This character that Ernest is portraying. Sounds like one of the Soggy Bottom Boys. You guys ever have weird dreams about things? Do you ever have weird dreams about snakes? I actually had a dream there was a snake in my house last night, a huge one. And I don't fear snakes. I actually love snakes. But this motherfucker was like huge, like ridiculous. And I wonder if it's because of the joke that I made about the snake in Elm Street 3. But anyways, it was a bad dream, and anyways, pretty silly. Here we go, as we're about to see Joe act in a horror movie, but he's just not comfortable with it. Just something's not Jew-bucking with it. Santa thinks it's an actual Christmas movie. He has no idea that it's a horror movie, and he has to say the SOB line. I tell you what, there's nothing better than giving kids Christmas gifts. I got to sit in a couple mornings with some people on Christmas morning, and it's so nice just to see kids get their gifts in the morning, and just such a nice thing, experience. There it is. Oh, he can't say it. He just can't say it. He's too good of a guy. Now Santa gets to learn what the true story is about. A horror movie. Woo. Trying to save face here. Figure out what the hell's going on. What is it that this old guy wants from me? Does he really want me to be Santa Claus? Animal Control coming to pick up the reindeer. That looks like a reverse shot. Kind of like they did in the Elm Street films, you know, where they would flip the camera. I've heard it's actually like that at some studios where a lot of people will go to lunch and they'll be in their costume because it's too difficult to take off. Here we have Pamela, aka Harmony, trying to be a bad girl. Her and her little bow tie coming up out of her top of her hair. She's wanting some cabbage, man. Santa's not gonna give nobody no cabbage. Unless it's included with a board game or something. Here we go, about to see some snakes. It almost looks like the whole beard, with the exception of going up the side of the face, is glued on. I bet, if I had to take a guess, that is not his real beard. It just looks too patterned. I see some of them are wrapped up. The whole sack is practically down to nothing now. Of course, in Florida, there is a overpopulation of pythons. Of course, that happened a lot later in life, though, than this movie. Hey, it's a My Pet Monster, hell yeah. She's gonna pull the old switcheroo with the sacks. The funny part is now she's got to run around with a big sack. And it doesn't even look like carry-on luggage, so now it's going to look sus. She's going to look very sus carrying out a big-ass bag like that. That's easily, you can tell it's a Hollywood set, by the way, into all of those houses. Look at that big Santa Claus mask. Seriously, if someone's going to see her walking with a big-ass Santa sack, they're not going to question what the hell she's doing. That never dawned on me till now with this movie. Then it always dawned on me, why not just make Ernest the fucking new Santa Claus? Is he not big enough? Like, why not make Ernest? Everybody dressed up. Everybody's festive. Everybody decorates their place. He's a weird looking dude, man. This is Santa been duped. This part always made me really sad too. Like, is this the end of Christmas? Like, what the hell's happening now? It's kind of a cool looking train station. I've never understood that concept in movies. Get a train ticket, pay with all the money you have to go as far as you can. And then once you get there, you're going to be broke. So it's like, what the hell? Why not just stay, make some cabbage, and then go? The Orlando Sentinel. This is kind of a nice little interaction between these two. I always thought this was kind of heartwarming a little bit. I don't want to get old, guys. I thought for sure it was over at this point. Here we go. The elves. If I'm not mistaken, I believe one or two of them were in The Wizard of Oz. I'm not making fun. I'm being dead serious. I believe two of these little people were in the Wizard of Oz film as the Munchkins, but I can't confirm. Back to the airport. Skippy. Shit's getting real. The elves are here to get their reindeer. Now, I've heard that it's kind of sacrilegious now from little people to play roles like elves and things like that. I guess it's kind of offensive to others, not everybody, but other little people, according to the little people community. When you take roles that are made for little people, I guess it's like split down the middle. Some people that are little people are pissed about it, and other people, they're glad to get those roles, but from my understanding is they don't get paid very much, which sucks. They should be paid equally. Ernest always feels damn guilty. Shit's getting real. Christmas Eve. It's about to be Christmas soon. They better start making some moves. It's 6:15. They only got about 5 hours before they got to start going around the world. As always, Ernest comes close to blowing it. Sounds a lot like Hobbs horror. And I come up with some boneheaded idea. Fighting words. Look at those lights up on the reindeer. That's dope. Ernest's about to take over the sleigh. Blitzen. Whoa. Oh, it's this is really good effects. Really, really good effects. Some green screen, I presume. Unidentified flying object. Now, there's a part here where they're stuck in midair and they just start to catapult to the ground. It just cracks me up. It just looks so silly. Santa about to get lucky. Get him a new Mrs. Claus. Man, them bushy eyebrows though, hope I don't have those when I get older. Holy shit. He's having a moment. Is that Anthony Edwards in the LAX, Florida International Airport. Good question. Why do you have his sack? Give him his sack back. Can you imagine the G-pull of going down like that? Like a roller coaster ride. Wouldn't that be crazy? This movie is so dope. I really feel like it's underrated and should be seen more by people. Tell me your thoughts on this movie, by the way, in the comments. Again, you're watching the Ernest Saves Christmas, a watch along commentary with Hobbs Horror. Give me all your thoughts in the comments. Watch as many times as you'd like. Have fun with it. Here we go. Come to Jesus moment. He's so serious in this moment. He has a funny laugh. We are almost through this one, folks. I do want to thank everybody that's rewatching this or watching this with me. Again, this is a test pilot to see how this goes. I really want to start doing more commentaries. That's why I put it in my community tab. To see if I made personal commentaries, if you guys would watch them. 80% said yes, some people said maybe, and I even had 10% that said no, which is fine. I just wanted the real answers. Alright, folks. There he is, the new Santa Claus. Look at that. Even got his beard back. Now they just gotta get the sleigh back and he's good to go. Right now, Ernest is circling around the world at 2 decimal points. 2 decibels, I mean. He's got to find a way to slow down and pump the brakes. Again, thank you all for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed these and if you'd like me to do more of these. I plan on doing it probably regardless, but I'm having fun with it. I just want to bring you guys everything you want. From videos to live streams to shorts to commentaries to giveaways. Just want to be able to make the Hobbs Horror product what you want it to be. Snow in Florida. How about that? I'll probably be debuting this on Christmas Eve night, which would be tomorrow night, which would be Sunday night. You guys can watch it the night before Christmas. Also, thank you all who came out for the 3-year anniversary show. That was a great time had by all. If you missed that show, I'll put the link into that as well, so you can enjoy that. And go watch all the videos in the playlist. There's something for everybody at Hobbs Horror. Even non-horror reviews. Just gotta go through the archives to see what you like. It's a pretty cool looking sleigh. Oh, Ernest always wanted a kid. Makes you wonder what the helper elves did. Did they climb down the chimney for Santa? Oh, he just made Ernest's day. He's gonna go fly around the world with Santa. All right, folks, we are on the tail end of our movie here. Thank you for watching this with me. This is a personal favorite of mine, like I said, throughout the years. Ernest Saves Christmas, I think, has a place in my heart. And like I said, we'll do more of these. I just want to know your feedback. And let me know your thoughts on the film. Let me know your thoughts on all the Ernest films. And again, rewatch this if you need to skip around. Thank you, everybody that came to watch this and the 3-year anniversary show. Again, this film is free on YouTube to watch, and I believe Tubi. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night from Hobbs Horror. It's been a pleasure watching Ernest Saves Christmas. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a happy new year. Looks like we get a little bit of end credits here with the boys. The Easter Bunny. Alright, good night, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We got the best community in the world. Catch up with you later. This is Hobbs. Peace.